How do you feel if you've ever sold a piece of work to somebody you just knew did not get it? Has that happened to you? And if it has, what went on inside of you when that happened?
So like, I actually got mad and didn't sell the work. What I do is I put an extra price on it, like so they can't buy it. It's kind of like I price it in a way, but and I actually thought I did that one time with this piece that I did on Trip called Permission to Cry, and I had a price at a price where it wouldn't sell. The lady just said she wanted it, and I'll bring you cash. And I was offended actually because I wanted to hold on to it for a while, and I couldn't enjoy it, and I wanted to celebrate somebody in the community that did that poem. And but on the other hand, I found out she really did appreciate it. I just assumed she didn't. And she said the reason why she was moved by it because it had the freedom of tears, and it met it with a way that the way it was delivered, that this responsibility was put on people. And so like I was actually, instead of like mad that somebody wouldn't get it, I sometimes don't understand what people get. I won't take some work some places because I don't want them picking over it. Like I don't want them touching it. Like it feels sacred. So I won't show a lot. Some things I don't show nobody. I've got like a whole series of round faces that I came to that I only showed them with you when we were at the museum on a certain day. Yeah. Plus they're still being worked on, and I haven't really showed them to nobody. It's like maybe 30 of them, 30 round pieces that represent a struggle of living. Amazing. That have been made over the years, and then they turn into this one face. Because it's like, I think that we paint from our spirit when we really paint, no matter what it is, and other people see it authentically, and then that's what attracts, and that's how we find our own audience.
I know for me, the work becomes a journey for me. Like, when I'm doing a commission piece for someone, I want to tell their story, right? So I get to know the person, you know what I'm saying? But then there's a twofold, right? Because I do some corporate work. And for the corporate work, it has to represent me. Because when I see my street art inspired pieces, my graffiti on their corporate walls, to me that's me representing the community, and they have to accept it. They have to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But a commission piece for me is more a journey, right? I remember I did a piece and I had a show in New York, in upstate New York. Prime example, this was an amazing experience. I created this piece, one of my first post no ills pieces, right? And this guy comes in, man, probably like 55 years old, came in, older white gentleman, and came in and was like, man, he just started staring at this piece. And we started talking, and he was talking about how, he used to be in the Lower East Side in New York, and he would see these walls, and he was an addict. And that piece brought him back to how those walls made him feel inspired, despite what he was going through, right? We talked for about 2 hours, just talking about, his journey and his struggle with addiction, and now he was recovered. He was an interior designer now. He was living his best life. And that connection through art was so powerful to me, right? He was like, man, I love this piece, man. It really speaks to me. And I was like, I appreciate that. And that's what it's all about for me, Hearing his story through my art was so powerful to me. So I left that opening, right? And it was like, man, we got to connect again. Here's my card. Call me. Let me know when you're in, when I'm in town, we'll connect. A week later, I get a call from the gallery owner. And the guy's name was Roy. She was like, hey, I just want to let you know that Roy's wife came in and bought the piece, right? But unfortunately, Roy passed the night before. And his wife wanted me to see this picture. She took a picture of my card on his nightstand and the image of the, like the flyer for the show on his nightstand. It was like, I don't know what you guys talked about, but Roy was so moved that we had to take this piece. And now that piece will always represent in their minds the memory of Roy. So that was powerful, man. So from that piece, and after he passed away, I became friends with his wife. She reaches out, I reach out to her, see how she's doing. So it becomes this journey for me, and it's the power of art, 100%. You know,
Wow, that's
it's a
amazing.
living, breathing thing, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember when we did Tiffany Smith's show,
Mm-hmm.
and did you see her show?
I don't think so.
She, she had this thing she wanted to do, and pretty much with her, I just said yes to
Go
everything,
for it. Yeah.
right? No matter what it sounded like. And it was her first show. She'd never done an art show.
Amazing.
So she didn't know what she shouldn't ask or what she shouldn't want. And I said, well, you should do whatever you want.
Nice.
So
That creative freedom is amazing.
it is. And she had two prices on her work.
Mm.
She had a price for people of color, and she had a price for everybody else.
Wow.
I mean, there's only ain't but one other else. And some of them were just monetary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be piece that for me would be like $200, might be like $500
Someone
otherwise.
else. Yep.
But then some of it was like thematic.
Mm.
And so a piece might be $200 for me, but the same piece for a white person might be, you have to get 5 pieces of cotton, this, and this.
Wow.
Like, it was like, what?
Wow.
It was deep, man.
That's
it was deep.
heavy.
And I don't think any white people got the pieces that they wanted.
Man.
I know I got the piece I wanted. I got several. So,
That's amazing.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that was bold, but to be honest with you, like, to me, to kind of deal with that question, I think a lot of artists don't feel like they have the agency to pose or answer that question, right? And I implore them that they do.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of black artists are caught up in this idea that to even call themselves black artists, or that they say that they do black art, somehow narrows their prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Which, traditionally I'm sure was very true,
Yeah.
right? And in some spaces I'm sure remains true.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm very Morrison about it, very Toni Morrison about it. Like, to me, black is not a limiter. Black is an expansion,
Yeah.
right?
Celebrated.
Totally. Like, it is this well that you draw from. It is not this well that you fall into, right?
Yes.
I just made that up. That's not.
That's
mine.
brilliant.
That's mine.
That's brilliant, right
But
there. That's
so, but yeah, so to me, like, that's in everything that I've done that has been like a win, has been when I've been essentially my most unapologetic, right? Like, this is what I believe, this is what I think. If you ask me to do something, this is what you're asking for,
Yes.
right? You're not asking for a poem, you're not asking for an essay, you're not asking to rent a space. You are asking for this, and this is what it's going to be all the time.
Yeah.
So just bear that in mind when you put it on the flyer, you know?
Facts. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's powerful.
Yeah. That's deep.